Okay, so today's video is gonna be about the sun and its influence on other planets. This will be an astrological perspective in which I'm delving into, and this perspective will hopefully shed light on the relationship that that the sun has with the other planets. Now, I'm going to dive a little deeper into the captivating realm of the sun's influence on other planets in astrology. This fascinating interplay between celestial bodies offers a wealth of insights into the intricate nuances of our personalities and life paths. So the influence that the sun has on the planets in turn influences your everyday life activities and included your particular personality. Now, so I want us to journey today through the planetary dance guided by the radiant presence of the sun. So in astrology, planets are symbolic representations of various energies and qualities that shape our lives. The unique positions of these celestial bodies at the time of our birth are charted to create a birth or natal chart. I discussed that in one of the very first video that you guys can go online and Google free birth chart, and you can have a good a good explanation about your particular personality and these energies that are within you to know thyself, of course. Well, what this does is serves as a cosmic blueprint of your personality traits, your challenges, your strengths, your weaknesses, and what you have the potential to be or become, or who you are in a nutshell. Now, just as the sun stands at the center of our solar system, right there, in astrology, it represents the core essence of an individual's identity. Now, the sun symbolizes our basic ego, consciousness, and self-expression. It's where we find our solar power, so to speak, a force that drives us forward and illuminates our unique path in life. Now, I'm gonna give you some profound understanding of these planetary aspects now and how they relate to and correlate with the sun. Now, planetary aspects refer to the angular relationships formed between planets in the birth chart. Now, the angles created reveal how these planetary energies interact and influence one another. Aspects can be harmonious, they can be good, they can be challenging, they could be bad, or neutral, they can be neither good nor bad, but there for a specific reason. Each of them will be adding a layer of complexities to you as an individual's personality. So very complex. Now, see how the term angle can be reversed and made into angel. Angel are messengers, and so is the message of the stars, which is the information that I'm about to provide you. But it's not details. Like I said, Google free birth chart, and you can get that information easily. Now, the sun is central to all the other planets, as we know. So I'm gonna go with each one, but we're gonna first go into the moon, because the moon, and from our perspective, the moon is just as important as the sun, because this is what we see at night and the energies coming from it. I'm gonna have a whole different video and series explaining the moon and the emotions of that. But let me explain the connection to the moon to the sun. When the sun and moon form aspects, it signifies a power connected between consciousness and your subconscious. These energies, they kind of relate, but it's just a connection. Now, if it's a harmonious aspect, like a conjunction or a trine, we'll talk about the aspects, but those are harmonious aspects, just to give you a precursor. A good aspect, in other words. What this suggests is the alignment between one's identity and emotional needs. This might manifest as self-awareness and emotional harmony. Now, let's go to, we're going to talk about the positive aspects first, then I'll piggyback, then I'll talk about the negative aspects of each relationship of the sun and the planets. Now, the Sun-Mercury relationship and its interaction. Mercury, and I'm going to give you a brief information about it. The Mercury is the planet of communication and intellect. We'll have another video on that later in this series. But what Mercury does, and when it's in the sun, it sheds light on our thought patterns and self-expression. So, and a harmonious aspect can indicate a person who communicates effectively, thinks logically, and expresses their ideas with confidence. Now, when the sun aligns with Venus, the next planet, the planet of love, aesthetics, this is where you get your value from. It adds a touch of charm and a creativity to our identity. Makes you a very creative person when the sun aligns with Venus. A harmonious aspect can indicate a person with an attractive and friendly demeanor, along with an appreciation for art and beauty. This will be indicative of your chart, rather that connection is harmonious. Now, Mars, the next planet. The sun's connection with Mars provides, Mars is the planet of action and energy. And it influences our drive and assertiveness, sometimes aggressiveness. Now, a positive aspect suggests an individual with a strong sense of determination, vitality, and the ability to take initiative are all part of that combination, the positive combination, like I said, harmonious with the sun and Mars. Now, as we move on, then the next planet is Jupiter. Now, when the sun aligns with Jupiter, the interaction, the planet of expansion, growth, and luck. This is your luck planet. And most people born under Jupiter are lucky. that's just that. Well, it brings optimism and a quest for knowledge, a forever student. Harmonious aspect suggests an individual who possesses a generous spirit, seeks personal growth, and is open to new experiences. This is the aspect with Sun and Jupiter. Now, another aspect would be Saturn. Saturn is sort of like a challenging planet, but it's things that you need to overcome. But it whips you in shape, in other words. So I'm gonna do a whole video on Saturn, or maybe a few. But when the sun aligns with Saturn, the planet of structure and responsibility, it highlights our sense of discipline and ambition. Now, this dynamic can manifest as a person who is dedicated, conscious, and strives for long-term goals. That's the basis of that. And the next planet would be Uranus. U-R-A-N-U-S. People try to make fun of that Uranus, not the buttocks, but other areas. and it's called Uranus because the sun's interaction with Uranus gives the planet of innovation and change. Uranus signifies change, signifies an individual with a unique and unconventional approach to life. Now, harmonious aspect might suggest a person who embraces change, who's witted, who values independence, and thrives on being innovative and inventive, to say the least. Can show some genius or ingenious traits when when it's harmonious, and other aspects of the chart do you need to take in, but the overall thing of that is that when the sun aligns with Uranus harmoniously, it can definitely lead to being creative and having that structure to innovate and to do stuff different, to be a pioneer in your field. Now, when the sun aligns with Neptune, the very next planet, this is the planet of dreams and spirituality. It enhances our sense of empathy and creativity. Now, a positive aspect can indicate an individual with a strong intuition, artistic talents, and a compassion for nature. You know, those who are in love with nature might have that alignment, the sun and Neptune, in a positive way. Now, the sun and Pluto, this connection with Pluto, the planet of transformation and intensity, points to a potential for deep self-discovery and personal growth, which, in fact, this combination can indicate an individual with the capacity to undergo significant transformations and wield profound influences. Now, the planets and how they align with the sun harmoniously is one thing, which is great. Now, I'll discuss that in its entirety. Let's talk about something else. Let's go deep into the negative aspects, or let's say challenging aspects, because nothing is negative or positive the way we see it. You know, there's the polarities, the feminine and the masculine. It's not like we see it. It's just saying that there's two sides to every coin, so to speak. And I will definitely get upon that a little later. Now, the challenging aspects between the sun and other planets can introduce struggles and conflicts into our lives. These aspects, such as squares and oppositions, remember, the trines and the sextiles and the conjunctions, those are positive aspects. And I'll go in deeper detail into that later. But now, let's talk about the negative aspects of the planet, or the challenging aspects of the planets and the sun. And these encourage us to confront and transform these challenges. Ultimately, we want to contribute to our personal evolution, and knowing these things helps in the process. Now, a challenging aspect between the sun and the moon can reveal inner conflict between our conscious desires and subconscious needs. These struggles might manifest as identity crisis or difficulties in expressing emotions authentically. So negative aspects or challenging aspects between the sun and the moon can definitely indicate challenges and difficulties with expression, emotional expression, of course, because the moon rules emotions. We'll get deep into that. Now, the sun and Mercury confrontations, these are confrontations that can be avoided, but remember, it's a challenge. It's not nothing to be taken and it could be taken seriously as to what's the energy that's in you, but it's something that you can overcome. We can overcome challenges. Now, the sun's interaction with Mercury, the planet of communication, can lead to internal struggles with self-expression. Negative aspects might include challenges in articulating your thoughts clearly or being overly critical of oneself. You're wondering why certain things happen to you and why you're being critical of yourself overly. This has to do with that particular aspect, the Mercury and Sun aspect. And this could be negative, but yet and still, it's a challenge. Again, can be overcome. Now, the Sun and Venus, this friction, we can say friction because challenge could be friction. When the Sun aligns with Venus, the planet of love, aesthetics, and relationships, a challenging aspect can create tensions in these areas. This might result in challenges related to self-esteem, relationships, or finding harmony in one's surroundings. So just keep that in mind. When you do your Google and you do free birth chart, remember to look at these aspects and see what the positive and the negative are, or the challenges, or those that you have that can be positive, and those challenges that you need to overcome. Sun and Mars, the conflict between them can be a negative aspect between the Sun and the Mars. Again, the Mars is the planet of action and can manifest as difficulty in channeling assertiveness or managing anger. And these challenges urge individuals to navigate conflicts and learn to direct their energy constructively. So remember, it's not the end of the world because you have challenging aspects. It's just something that you need to work on and develop and get better at. But if you don't know these things, you won't know that this is what's inside of you. That's why I'm here to teach you to know yourself. And again, let's move on. Jupiter, the Sun and Jupiter. This can create excess. Now, the Sun's interaction with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, might result in overconfidence or unrealistic optimism. Individuals with challenging aspects with the Sun and Jupiter might need to be mindful of impulsivity, being too impulsive, and avoid taking on more than they can handle. Now, the Sun and Saturn struggles behind this. When it aligns with Saturn in this particular, what we call a negative or an adverse aspect, the planet of responsibility, this can lead to feelings of inadequacy or a sense of restriction. It seems like you're always being held back. Now, this can be overcome, of course, but you have to realize it and you have to put things in place in order to overcome it. Now, these challenges prompt individuals to confront self-doubt and learn to balance ambitions with patience. Patience is a virtue, and those with this Sun-Saturn alignment need to understand that. So, Sun and Uranus, this could be tumultuous. Challenging aspect between the Sun and Uranus, the planet of change, can create disruptions and unpredictability where individuals might struggle with adapting to unexpected shifts and a need to find ways to embrace change. So, sometimes you gotta just let go and let God. That's this old saying. But the God is in the details. The devil is in the details. But we can definitely elaborate on how, you could be struggling to adapt because of this particular thing. But, if you work on it and you realize it, then you could definitely overcome it and adapt to maybe any situation, even if you have that answer. So it is not the end of the world. Now, the Sun and the Pluto transformation, this is what we would like to explain. So this is the last planet, Pluto, and the negative aspect of it in relation to the sun. This can introduce power struggles and intense inner conflicts. Now, you know, a fight within yourself, as they say, hey, you could be your own worst enemy. This definitely indicates such. Now, these challenges prompt individuals to confront their deepest fears and engage in profound self-transformation. Now, let me tell you one thing. As we speak on this, I'm going to conclude with these particular points. As I said, go into your Google and put on free birth chart. And if I can, I will definitely add a link or maybe later. But right now, just Google it. And remember that these challenging aspects are part of a larger cosmic tapestry, analyzing the entire birth chart, including house placements and other aspects, provides a more holistic understanding of one's life experiences. So, what you need to do is embrace the growth that you receive from these challenges. So while negative planetary aspects can introduce difficulties and positive aspects can represent opportunities, they also offer profound growth within yourself, the negative ones can, and transformation. And by confronting these challenges head on, we can harness the sun's resilience to illuminate our path to self-discovery and empowerment. Now, I want you guys to remember the sun's interaction with other planets is just a piece of this intricate cosmic puzzle. Analyze your birth chart, and I'm going to go in details with these videos so you can get more insight as to how to analyze these birth charts. But I would like you to include house placements and planetary aspects. Houses are another video. I mean, this stuff just the deeper we go into this rabbit hole, the more you're going to find out. And it's essential to gaining a holistic understanding of one's personality and your path in life. What are you sent here to do? Who are you? I'm going to explain it later. So we need to emphasize that understanding the sun's influence on other planets empowers us to embrace our uniqueness and navigate our journey with a greater self-awareness. And by recognizing and harmonizing these cosmic energies, we can unlock our true potentials and live more authentically. As you craft your video, remember to provide information. I mean, as I craft this video, and this video is about the planets and its interaction with the sun, both positive and negative. What I wanted to do is give you this information in its entirety, and I think I did that. And if you would like to, just rewind the video and go to different points if it relates to you once you get your birth chart, and continue to study and know yourself. And I'll help you along the way. And I'd like to thank you guys for coming to my video today. Great. I love presenting this to you. I think that you guys are on a journey of self-awareness, and we can discover more things about yourself, and we will continue this. And hopefully this could lead to you understanding why astrology is forever. Take care. Have a good one.